This is our first program. We will be using the Eclipse environment to create and run our projects. To start, open up the Eclipse program and set the workspace to your workspace folder on your flash drive. We will create a program from scratch today. All Java Eclipse programs require a project, so you must always either create or open a project. We will create a project by clicking on the File menu. Then select the New menu in the drop-down menu and click on Java Project in the list. This will create a project and also create a folder in your workspace with the same name as the project name. The New Java Project dialog box opens. This is where you will set up the project properties. Start by entering the name of the project. Start with a capital letter and don't enter any special characters or spaces. For this project, name it CH1 Example 1. Select the radio button named. Use the project folder as the root for sources and class files. This will create your project files directly in the project folder without creating any additional folders. Then click the Finish button to set up the project. Notice the open folder in the Package Explorer window. This is the project, and you now have a folder in your workspace with the same name. The next step will be to create a Java class file. This is where you will be typing your source code. To create a new Java class, start by clicking on the File menu. Select the New option from the drop-down menu. Then click on the Class menu item in the next drop-down menu. This also opens a dialog box. This one is used to set the properties of the class file. Notice that the source folder already has your project name in it. Leave this alone. Important: leave the package text field empty. Go down to the name and enter a name for your program. We will use the name Hello World Application for our first program name. Notice that it should start with a capital letter and there should be no spaces in the name. Capitalize the first letter of each word in the name instead of using the space bar to separate words. You can leave the other items at their default settings, except make sure that Public Static Void Main checkbox is checked. You also want to make sure that Inherited Abstract Methods is checked, but that is usually checked by default. Click the Finish button to create the skeleton of the class. In the content window, you should see the beginnings of a Java program. I have replaced the skeleton code with the code that now appears in the window. What you see is a very small but complete Java program. In the slides that follow, I will explain what the lines of code mean. Let's look at the code in this program. The very top lines start with 2 forward slashes. These are comments. Comments are included for people to read. The Java compiler ignores all comments. This type of comment is called a single-line comment, as it turns everything after the 2 slashes on the same line into comments. Starting on line 5 through 7 is a different type of comment, called a multiple-line comment. This comment starts with a slash and an asterisk or star, and continues even on multiple lines until an asterisk/slash combination is encountered. This marks the end of the comment. The comment can cover multiple lines in a program. Notice that comments appear in a green text in the program to differentiate them from other parts of the program. In Java, a class is the basic building block of a program. The class starts with the public class Hello World application line. Every Java file must have one public class included. Notice that the class name is exactly the same as the name in the Package Explorer window. This is required. The body of the class is enclosed in curly braces. Classes consist of data and actions. Actions are referred to as methods. The method that all Java applications must have is called main. This is the starting point of each Java application. One of my requirements will be comments added in front of each method that you write. The comments should describe what the method is doing. Notice that the method body is also enclosed in curly braces. The method body consists of 2 statements. The first statement displays the text "Hello World" to the console. Notice that the statement ends with a semicolon, as do all Java statements. The statement system.exit parentheses 0 exits the program returning a value of 0, which indicates a normal exit. In other words, no problems occurred in the program. The statement is not required, and the program will gracefully exit at the end of the main method whether or not this statement is in the program. We are at the end of the main class, and so execution will end. Let's test our program by building it and running it. Run your program by right-clicking on the project name in the Package Explorer window. Select the Run As option in the drop-down menu that appears. Select Java Application in the next menu. This starts the build process. The Save and Launch window will appear. You must save your program before it builds and runs. Do that by clicking the OK button on this dialog box. The program will build or compile, and if there are no errors, you should see your Hello World message appear in the console window, which is normally at the bottom of your window. Java is very particular and will not build and run if your program is not typed exactly like the example. Java is case sensitive, which means capital letters are different than lowercase letters. If you type an uppercase letter where a lowercase letter should be, Java will produce an error and not run your project. This is the end of this tutorial. Your professor will likely discuss this project during class time.